forgot what I was going to say. Darek, can you do me a favor? Can you handle this one?
Was it Welcome to Bitter Coffey?
Was.
My name's Darek Fanton.
And I'm fairly certain my name is Kelly Coffey.
I was ready to jump in. If you needed me to jump into that part too, I would have. Just so you know, I would have jumped in and been like, and this is also Kelly Coffey. Welcome to the show, everyone, that we record sometimes.
Look, here's the thing. We're on a 3-week schedule. And if other people have an issue with that, I can't help you.
I'm going to put schedule in really emphatic scare quotes, if I may. Schedule is overstating it. As you may notice, there's only 2 of us, because Lord knows getting 3 adult humans on a microphone at the same time is awfully challenging, as it turns out. So, unfortunately, we are Chang-less this evening. Now that we have lost all of the listeners that might have potentially listened to this episode, Kelly and I will continue just the...
You know what it is? It's a return to our roots. Right?
It is. It is a return to our roots from 3 episodes ago.
And we're not the Beastie Boys.
Oh, God, I wish we were the Beastie Boys now.
Well, man. Now they're down to 2.
Well, that's true. But there's 2 of us. That's what I'm saying. We are the Beastie Boys.
Yeah. So.
Just the 2 of us.
You know what, Darek? We can make it if we try.
With that kind of attitude, we too can be the Beastie Boys.
Absolutely.
We would have recorded slightly earlier in the evening. Once again, coming to you on a Thursday evening. The not so rare Bitter Coffey Thursday evening recording. We would have recorded a little bit earlier, but had to get some food, had to get some things together.
Okay.
Also got a very important.
Go ahead. You know what?
Got a very important message.
I deserve
from Kelly. So we were going to record it at 6:00, and it was, I don't know, it was 5:45 or something, and I was just saying, hey, we still on or whatever. And I said, we on for 6-ish? And Kelly replied, yes. Does 6:15 to 6:30 time frame work for you? I just got home from the beach, and I'm having a cocktail on the deck.
God, I'm a dick. I didn't mean it that way, though.
And I said, sounds great. Not really about the recording, more about the cocktail on the deck, to be honest. And then very shortly after that, you replied, wow, I just realized how douchey that sounds.
It really did. I'm sorry.
No, I loved it. You know what? You are living your best life. You are living in a situation now where you can return from the beach, have a cocktail on the deck, and then join your friend on a podcast. I think that's great. We should all strive to live.
I mean, if there's any consolation to be found, there was a dead seal on the beach. So, and a woman just said to Michelle and I just randomly, "Oh, did you see the dead seal on the beach?" My response, nope. And then Michelle was like, is that what that smell was?
That's what that smell is. Banana, na, 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 bum, banana.
No, different seal. Oh, yeah.
There used to be a Canatana. There's a great skit about that where you just say the words that you know and then you just make noises for the rest of the words to that song and you get away with it because everybody loves that song. It doesn't matter.
That's my new hobby.
Thanks.
Sorry in advance, Michelle.
Yeah, as a result, speaking of things that we need to apologize for, as a result of that text earlier, I mentioned to you that I've now been singing "We Fell in Love in a Douchey Place" since we texted. So for like 45 minutes now.
Like I wasn't trying to be a dick.
Rihanna.
Apparently I do it without even trying, which is great. Hey, couple of things. So I went to I can't even talk. I went to Portsmouth Pride.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Can I just say that it is a welcome departure from my previous decades going to Pride parades in Manhattan.
Yeah.
Oh my God. So super rainy. Whatever. Throw in a raincoat. Whatever. It's fine. Shut up.
Yeah, it's whatever.
So we went with our friends Karen and Maura. Lovely. Had breakfast.
Mm-hmm. Nice.
Wasn't a total fiasco, got a table and was able to have a conversation because it wasn't super loud. And then, so this is what I did. I wanted to switch things up just based on the weather. So there's a parade.
Okay.
And, parade. Okay, sure.
Parade's always better as an idea than a practice.
They were really trying.
The idea of a parade is so incredible, and then you go to a parade and you're like, right. That's what it's just a stream of things. Some of them are interesting to look at.
Pride Parade in Manhattan is it's like 3 hours long. And there's just wall people, and you can't get out. This was there's always
logistic
a guy with
nightmare.
A tuba.
Yeah.
Right? No matter where you go, there's always a guy with a tuba. So of course there was a guy with a tuba.
I don't know. Felt like I don't know.
No, felt right.
Okay, good.
So I'm adjusting my mic as I'm talking, which is why I'm
always dangerous.
Looking at the ceiling, but not really.
Hey, future Kelly, enjoy the edit on the different audio levels that you'll be receiving.
You know what? It is what it is. So anyway,
it is.
Well, never mind. I can't talk about editing because I'll just go lay down on the floor right now.
Okay. Yeah. No one wants to know about how the sausage is made, so to speak. They just want to listen to the podcast.
Sausage is up. So went to Portsmouth Pride, and so I switched things up, and I went to the festival first, and.
Oh, there's a festival?
There's like tons of vendors.
Cool.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
One from a former employer, and it took every ounce of energy to not give them the finger. But then my wife, because she always has my back, you know what she said when she walked by? Suckers. I'm like, all right. Thanks.
She's not yours any longer.
So at the Portsmouth Pride Parade, I was really surprised the amount of free shit they will give away.
Oh.
And it wasn't like,
nice.
Here's a button. It was like, here's a keychain. Here's like a hand clapper thing.
Wow.
Here's more t-shirts. Here's a tote bag. And so much free candy. It was amazing.
That is the one thing a parade is good for. A parade is good for free candy, but I imagine that the Portsmouth Pride Parade probably does step up the ante in terms of the candy. Not a lot. Is it like not a lot of generic stuff? You're getting like high quality candy.
High quality candy.
I would imagine.
Getting like fried candy.
High value.
You know what I mean? Like they thought about this. They ordered it special.
Right. Amazing. Incredible.
And you're looking like the human rights campaign. It's like, here, have a Pride lollipop. And it's like the size of my head. It's going to last me a week and a half.
Amazing.
Yeah, it's amazing. So I had a really good time.
Care for yourself. Be a smarty. Here, have some Smarties.
Exactly.
Like that. That's incredible. I love that.
So needless to say, there was a lot of shuck and jive.
A lot of shucking, a lot of jiving, a lot of picking up candy off the ground. What's interesting about a parade? So we went to the 4th of July parade here. Different vibes, I will say. Different vibes at the Milton, Vermont 4th of July parade.
That's where they throw the candy at you, right?
Yes, at the 4th of July parade, there's a lot of people like on things or in vehicles. They're not like handing out candy necessarily. They're just hucking candy at the children's. And so there's a lot of, I realized midway through, like, first of all, Gwen had a great time. First parade, first like 4th of July that she could really recognize as a thing. Had a fantastic time. But there's a lot of ground candy. At a parade. And like, there are very few other situations where you're like encouraging your children to pick up candy on the ground to then consume. Or it was a weird
taking
vibe.
A step back, accepting candy from strangers. That lands on the ground.
So you were mentioning like taking a lot of candy from strangers, and like what a weird full circle situation when you constantly tell your children don't do that, and then you're like, except now do that exact thing, get the candy, like push the other children out of the way. If you need to, forearm shiver somebody to get that fruit roll up, you do that.
And those are Milton kids.
It was an interesting event. Yeah, they're not small price. This is we're not messing around out here. Yeah, a lot of tractors at the Milton 4th of July parade.
Oddly enough, not at the Portsmouth Pride parade. Nary a tractor. Which was upsetting, but it's fine.
There was a drag race car. I think that's like the closest we're going to get probably to a crossover event with these two parades. It was interesting. It was fun. We had a good time. It was hot as hell. You mentioned it was rainy for your adventures. It was very, very hot up here for the 4th of July. A lot of people just like melting in the sun, but we persevered. We made it through. It was worthwhile. Okay. So I would have much preferred to be at the Portsmouth Pride Parade, to be perfectly frank. Well, but we had a good time with what we.
You had said like when it was like the first parade where she like knew what was going on. I'm not a parent, but she didn't know what was going on.
I mean, there are levels. Right. There are levels of knowing what's going on. Here in the morning,
like I just want to do this Declaration of Independence before we head out to the parade and get my.
Now that you're 4, I think that you'll be able to internalize it.
Just a short quiz, short answer, multiple choice.
Yeah. Just real quick, Third Amendment. No, so she was able to understand. What was funny is that we kept saying like we're going to go to the 4th of July parade, we're going to go to the parade, and she was excited about the idea of going to the parade, though she had no idea what a parade was until it occurred. She also had no idea there'd be candy, and so I think she's on board with parades going forward because there is candy, and that's like, okay, that's what a parade is. Great, it's like Halloween plus parades. I'm into it.
I got to tell you though, I think the candy at parades. I think that's a real Vermont thing.
Is it? Yeah. Is it though? I didn't realize
candy.
that. Oh.
There was gay candy, but it was at the festival, not at the parade. Right? Mardi Gras in Burlington, everybody's throwing candy and beads.
Candy.
I've been to a few parades.
Maybe it's regional. I didn't realize.
It's a Vermont thing.
I mean, we do it up big. I remember that I was mentioning this to Hannah. The last time I was at a parade, I was in a parade because I went with my mom for the Heinsberg 4th of July parade. We rode in her Miata and I got to pass out. And again, as you mentioned, chucking out of the car is what passing out means in a parade. Pennies from the Merchants Bank. Yeah, so we were the Merchants Bank kind of float. We had a magnet thing on the side of the car, and I got to chuck pennies at children. It was amazing. I was like, I don't know, 16, 17 at the time, and I just had rolls of pennies, and I was just doling them out. And like, you think little kids are excited for candy when it hits the streets? When they realize the number of times I heard a small child yell, pennies! And just dive in the middle of traffic in a parade to get pennies.
He's giving out all of his money. He's literally throwing his money into the street.
To a child, it's like, I don't have any pennies, and now I have 4 pennies, and I am wealthy. So that was a real joy. That was my last parade experience. This one was up there. Okay. We had a good time. There were a lot of smiles, a lot of joys had. We were all very hot. We couldn't wait to get home and get back into the air conditioning. But other than that, it was a great time. So good parades all around. Good parade experience.
A lot of fireworks.
Yeah. Yes. Milton had a controversial new contractor for our fireworks display. Only controversial in that they were new and people were concerned.
Now, can we break that down a little bit? Okay.
Sure.
Because, and I'm not even kidding when I say this, when I think of Milton, I think of fireworks. Because y'all do not.
I mean, if there is a place that takes the fireworks seriously, it is Milton, Vermont. That is 100% true. A lot of people with a lot of opinions. A lot of, we're not big Front Porch Forum folks here because that involves a separate login and an email address, and people can't get down with that. But Facebook groups, that we have in spades here in Milton, and more of a free form, moderately moderated. But man, there were a lot of opinions, both pre and post show, about the fireworks display here in Milton.
Can we talk about the pre fireworks discussion?
Yes. And so again, there have been a lot of lingering complaints over the years about the existing fireworks vendor that was responsible for the show. Not enough necessarily over the years to be like, this is bad, but people were like, it could be better. And so whatever the situation was, I'm not on the select board, I can't say for sure, but I imagine there was a bid situation and there was a new person who was going to do it. And apparently they have like in-town connections. So it kind of got politicized. And there was a lot of talk about whether the new person was going to do a good job. And then, all bets are off come night of. And it's very humid. Now, I don't know how much you know about fireworks,
I have
Kelly.
a minimal knowledge.
But It turns out that there's a lot of smoke produced when you make fireworks. When you put out fireworks, when you shoot off fireworks, a lot of smoke. And as it turns out, when it is very humid, as it has been here in northern Vermont for the last few days, all of that smoke just fucking sits there. So when you fire off the fireworks, they're great for like 5 minutes, and then you're just in a cloud of smoke, of sulfuric smoke that stinks and you can't see anything. And so there was some early hiccups with the show and the fact that there was a lot of smoke around. We didn't care. We were far enough away that it didn't matter to us. But man, again, the Facebook posts of pure hatred and anger over the smoky fireworks display, it was fine. They got, throughout as the show went on, the fireworks got higher, as they always do. And just like every modern concert experience, the longer the show goes on, the higher you get. And so there were much better after like 10 minutes. And then the show went on for like 35 minutes. It was the longest fireworks show I've ever been to.
Like, come on! Like towards the end.
well, what was nice is, and I think we might have figured out a life hack here. I never considered this as an option, but we parked fairly far away from the park where the fireworks were being shot off, and then we just sat in the car and we just enjoyed the air conditioning and the lack of bugs and watched the fireworks. And Gwen didn't care. Gwen had a blast because she was up at 10 o'clock at night, which not to enjoy.
She doesn't have a point of reference. Like, other people are out of the car.
Exactly.
Nope.
Right.
It's like a drive-in.
Nope.
But
it was like a drive-in. Yep. And she was happy as clam. She had her little blanket. She was sitting on our laps in the front seat watching the fireworks, and she had a ball. But I gotta say, it was the most pleasurable firework watching experience I've ever had because it was temperature controlled and bug free.
And if you're near the back,
you didn't have to smell any smoke
when it's time to go.
Exactly. We were out of there. We were home in 5 minutes.
Fantastic.
Yep. It was wonderful.
Fantastic.
So, it was good. It was a good 4th. We had a good time.
We had a lot of rain here. So a few of the fireworks shows, I guess they are. I don't know. They were postponed.
Sure. Yeah.
So I've been running a little bit of a tally.
Nice.
So
keeping track of which shows have gone off and which have been.
No, just keeping track of when it's between 7:15 and 9:45, and I start to hear fireworks, and I can hear them from 2 different towns based on what windows I can hear them through. So we've had fireworks, and I'm not kidding. June 30th, July 1, July 2, July 3, July 4, July 5.
Sure. So you're going for a big night tonight.
That while you and I are recording the show, there's going to be fireworks when the sun's still up.
When the sun is still up. Well, you do live in one of the contraband firework capitals of the world because you are right over the border from Massachusetts where fireworks can be purchased. And I happen to know that there is a fireworks store no more than 20 minutes from your home. Yeah. That I used to frequent when I was at college at UNH. Go Cats.
Go Cats.
And go Cats, go. And I remember going there a lot. So I bet there are a lot of illicit fireworks surrounding you at the moment, especially living in a cul-de-sac. I feel like a cul-de-sac is like the mecca for amateur fireworks.
It's not the neighbors.
Put them out in the cul-de-sac.
Huge groups of people that are like,
it's like actual
but they're like
displays.
on the beach or like in the marsh. It's not, if it were my neighbors, I think by now the other neighbors would have probably like burned their house down,
Put a halt to that in some way.
Don't mess around. Like, I love my neighbors. They don't mess around. Like I will get a text from my neighbor across the street. Who's the asshole with the fireworks?
And you're like,
and my response is like, "Good morning, Megan." You know what I mean? Like I don't know how. Yeah. So no, it's so I'm hopeful that it's over. I don't know.
It is still July. It is still nice outside, or it is nice occasionally, and so I will say that it is not over, and you will continue to hear fireworks in perpetuity until
I'm just going to keep
August.
track.
Please do. Please update. I feel like this should be a live update. I'm
going to keep a running log. And as you may or may not know, so this makes total sense why I did it this way. So I love a planner. Like I love, me. I'm a January through December kind of gal. Like I love to write things down, cross things off.
Sure.
But here I am, middle of the year. I'm like, oh my God, I need a planner. Academic planners.
Yeah. Sure.
We got a July through, I don't know, June. I think it's like a year and a half. I don't even know. So I'm super happy with it. Starts in July. So I can keep a running tally of all the fireworks violations.
First thing going in there, fireworks violations.
Yeah, probably the only thing at this point.
That's how planners work. Whatever you start that first day, you're good.
I'm just going to cross out the year like 2023, 2024, fireworks violations. Or just violations. Anybody who's...
Every June 28th, you're dusting off that planner, that specific planner.
So I got in the box where I ordered my planner.
Mm-hmm.
I need you to walk this through.
Okay. Kelly has a card that she's reading from.
So it's a planner. So there's an expiration date.
Sure. Right? Sure. It's an annual a single year annual planner. Has the date on it.
To activate a free lifetime warranty, simply send us a message. Like, what am I missing?
Whose lifetime? That is truly the question.
Is it mine?
Because one would assume, is it your lifetime or the lifetime of the product, which I don't know if we covered this.
I don't know. Because, I don't know what's going to happen when I get to the last
I think you've got a case to make. I think come August 2024, you got to call them up and be like, hey, I've got news. Please reference my lifetime warranty, but this thing isn't working for me.
There's no February 29th.
It's working in July.
It's broken.
Defective product. Please send me a new one and make sure the new one has 2024
and
on it.
then next year, this is off by a day. So I guess I'm just going to get free planners for the rest of my life.
Speaking of life hacks, this is the life hack episode right here. I mean, if you want free planners for life, you've got it. You've got the secret. You've cracked the code. Lifetime warranty. Hi, Hannafords. I would like to apply for the lifetime warranty on these bananas, which, as far as I'm concerned, will last me my whole lifetime. And as soon as 3 days from now rolls around, I would like to turn that warranty in and get new bananas, please.
I think what worries me, do they know something I don't know? Right? Oh, this calendar is going to outlive her.
No. Trust me. It's a lifetime warranty.
Yeah, lady, call us back in a year.
Did you get that from Loki Planners R Us or something?
I'm nervous.
Time agency planning
company. Nervous. So I guess
we're willing to offer you a lifetime warranty. It'll be fine for us in the long run.
Go ahead, order it, lady. Cool. Thanks. So I guess I'll keep you posted, or in my absence.
All right. Yeah.
Darek and Tim will.
If your fireworks tracker falls off, I guess we'll know why.
So that's what I'm wrestling with right now. And so I also have on my desk
planner crisis,
like a planner on my desk,
the desk calendar.
And I spilled something on it, so now the year's just fucking ruined. Yeah, it's like the
entire year.
It's the last ruined, 2 weeks of every month on a Sunday is screwed. It's all warped and
coffee weeks.
I think it was water.
Weeks.
It's all wavy and gross, and it's all the way through. Okay. So you know what?
Desk calendars really went everybody had a desk calendar once upon a time. You don't see them as much anymore. That's a real shame. Apparently, that's why, because we have too many beverages at our desk.
Right, and we have a phone that can do exactly the same thing. Oh, here's the thing.
Right.
I made a big life decision. So you know that I love a good phone. You know what I mean? I love all the gadgets. I love all the stuff.
Yes, you are enabled.
I am.
Yep.
I took several steps back. I was due for an upgrade on my phone. You know what I went with?
And very interesting.
iPhone SE, old school.
Wow.
I have a lot of doubts. I have a lot of regrets. But I saw someone and I was like, wow, you don't have an iPhone anymore? And he said, oh, yeah, I do. It's an SE. And I was like, it's so thin.
Classic. It's a classic.
And then he took it out of the case. It was even thinner. I could barely see it. And then I was really excited.
It's like an iPad
yeah, Michelle
Nano,
was like, why
basically.
did you do that?
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. But I might have mentioned this to you.
Past me's an idiot.
I've had a couple of purchases lately that I'm questioning now.
Yeah. Yes. You did send Tim and I a photo of one of your more recent Etsy purchases, I believe.
Sometimes I just need
tell the people what your new hobby is.
You know, like usually I'm like, oh no, we could talk about that on the pod. And then sometimes I'm like, no, I just need to get this out. I need to talk to Massachusetts and Vermont immediately.
2 people in Europe and most of Derek's coworkers, primarily. Yeah. So what have you done? What new hobby have you adopted by accident?
Well, I have become I don't even know what to call it.
what's the conjugation form?
So I might have taken too much of a sedative recently.
Allegedly.
Don't judge me. Like it wasn't on purpose. I think it just hit different. I don't know.
What a topic.
I decided that I was going to become a needle felting person. So
a needle felter.
I had
needle
I was like,
felterist.
I think I'm just going to do some fiber crafts. Right?
Fiber crafts.
So I ordered a needle felting kit, and it's called Easy. It's called Easy Birds. You know what I've been saying in my head the whole time? Easy Birds.
Easy birds. You don't tell me who can needle craft.
But what I'm really looking forward to is how it started, how it ended. You know what I mean? Because you know the faces are going to be like completely fucked up. So I got a note in. Let me see if I could find the note.
Easy birds felting.
I got a note with the needle felting kit.
Oh, great! Great.
And it's from the owner of the shop, and it says you can use an oven mitt as a needling pad in a pinch. So, I don't know what that means.
Tim, Derek, I'm in a pinch. I need a needling pad. What do I do?
Use an oven mitt.
Consult the literature, Kelly. Consult the literature.
What did it say in the
believe
packaging?
They indicated.
Yeah, so I guess it's more dangerous than I thought. So you know what's going to happen in like a week? Michelle's going to be like
those dudes on the internet who are like stone flinting arrowheads on their knees. They've got like the big leather chaps on them because they don't want to hurt themselves. Yeah. So I think I have to get some kind of like, I don't know, like a finger cover thing, I guess. You need those gloves you wear when you dive with sharks, or when you're like just working to make sure like a fish market. Yeah. Open. Yeah. Yes, so I don't know. And what's going to happen in like a week and a half, Michelle's going to be like, hey, did you see that green and blue oven mitt? No. You're going to be like, easy birds. So I'll take care of it. I'm excited to begin my foray into needle felting. Your needle felt career. It looked really, I have to say that it looked really easy at the time. I was like, oh, I could do this. Right? Yes, because you had drugged yourself inadvertently. Well, what happened was, I think, I have some clarity around it now. Thank you. I think I was looking for like a latch hook kit. Because I did latch hook when I was a child. I tried to learn how to crochet like 1,000 times. I just end up crocheting like a really long string, and then when it comes time to like actually make something, I made a thicker string out of this string. Exactly. And then I just start crying and I throw it away and it goes in the back of my closet, and you know what I mean? So you're like, I need some kind of textile and some kind of implement. That is what I require at this time. Easy birds. So go with needles.
Jesus Christ. So, yeah. I should, you know what I should do?
Well, I cannot wait to see the output.
I should do like a live feed of me when I'm like getting into it with absolutely no point of reference. I know that there's directions.
Just go live on the Facebook page. Just go live on the Facebook page, say nothing, and just start needle felting.
And just, watch the viewers like leaving comments and stuff. Like, you're doing it wrong, you fucking idiot. Yeah, I know.
That bird looks weird.
That bird is far from easy. Yep. So I guess we'll see.
Well, shout out to the makers of Easy Birds Needle Felting. New sponsor of the show, Easy Birds Needle Felting for all of your needle felting well sedated needs.
Hang on a second. Let me grab it. I think I have all the packaging. Yeah.
Oh, good. Oh, fantastic.
I mean, not that it's going to help me. It's called
again, consult the
Red
literature.
Barn Originals.
Red Barn Originals. That sounds like a
needle felting kits and creations in wool. Okay. I didn't even see this.
Just now, really looking at it.
But so there's a book of instructions. So that's going to be really helpful for my.
Oh boy,
for my Easy Birds.
Those birds do not look easy.
Oh my God, they're going to be so jacked up. But look at this. I can really hit the ground running with my needle felting because I didn't see this earlier when I rifled through the package thinking, what the fuck was I thinking? As you do.
As one does.
I mean, I don't want to flex too hard. However,
Kelly looks like she's... Oh, my!
And they're leather.
Okay, so the needle felting kit, Kelly does not need to buy any gloves or any hand protection because it's come with what could only be described as leather finger condoms for her to apply to her thumbs and index fingers. To protect her from the needles that do the felting. Apparently.
And there's some instructions on the needles.
She's now holding a card with the leather finger cover.
Because there's needles on it. So.
Oh, I see. Well, you got to have your protection. Always wear your protection.
Needles are very sharp. You will likely poke yourself. Needles should not be shared. Needles require adult supervision, especially for children under 10 years old. Please keep away from pets as well. So, all of this tracks for me.
Needles are sharp is the kind of thing you've got to put on your products.
Don't let your dog eat the needle.
This may come as a shock to you, but your pets should not eat needles.
She's a trained professional, so she knows.
If anybody knows, it's her. Well, thank you, Red Barn. What was it? Red Barn, not confections, because that's what I was going to say.
Red Barn Originals.
Originals.
Yeah.
That's right. Originals.
So, that's going to be
amazing. Well, good luck on your new needle felting career. I look forward to your new Instagram account. Easy Birds by Kelly.
Yeah, me too.
It's
gonna be a lot of fun.
Bitter Needles, perhaps, will be the new podcast Kelly will be launching. It's
just gonna be me with like bloody hands and like wool
That's
all
the
over
avatar.
the place. And Michelle's like, "Where's that goddamn oven mitt?" I don't know. Stop asking me. I'm needle felting. Okay.
You're killing my vibe. Don't kill my needle felting vibe.
I mean, I got the finger condoms. Why didn't I get like an oven mitt or something?
Yeah, they suggested an oven mitt, but did not include one. That seems short-sighted. Speaking of Instagram, I don't know if this will have any relevance to your life whatsoever, but we are recording on the Thursday after the Wednesday late night in which Facebook's new Twitter alternative.
Okay, yeah, can we talk about
launched?
That? Yeah,
sure, we absolutely can. It apparently Facebook, Meta has launched a Twitter competitor called Threads. Again, we didn't even plan this transition from needle felting into Threads,
but here we are.
And it's meant to be, and based on all of the propaganda that they've put out about this, like the positive place to have internet discourse, like that is their whole packaging.
Yeah, but see, they all say that.
I know, and that's how they generally start. But then other people join them. That's the problem, is the other people who are terrible, as most people on the internet are. And so, jumped on there today just to check it out. Because my entire feed, my entire feed was a buzz about threads. And I didn't know what it was. So I, of course, like any sane human being, I Googled, what is this whole thread thing? And all the articles came up about the fact that it was supposed to launch today and it launched last night instead. And then it was like, it's like how Twitter used to be, which is, I gotta be honest, appealing to me. I used to like Twitter.
Back in the day.
And back in the day when Twitter was full of like actual conversations and good news and not just advertisers and racists. So anyway, Threads is a thing. I'm interested to see if it goes anywhere. I will say they've got the sign up thing figured out because I have an Instagram account. It was like, is this you?
Oh, okay.
This you? And I was like, yes, that's me. And they're like, great, you're in. And that was it.
Bitter Coffey going to...
Well, it did cross my mind. I'm like, does Bitter Coffey need to be an early Threads adopter? Is that something we want to look into?
Yeah. Let's do that.
I feel like our friends at Boardwalk T-shirts definitely need a Threads account based on the fact that they sell T-shirts. Like their podcast should be on Threads.
See.
That makes a ton of sense.
Red Barn Originals.
Yes, the Red Barn Originals. If you're not on Threads currently, like you got to step your social media game up. It's another platform you got to manage. Put down the oven mitt,
put down the needles and your finger condoms. Or, leave them on if you can type with them.
I mean, I'll be honest, they're probably not capacitive. You probably can't type with those finger condoms on.
I would try, but I don't know. I think it really depends on the keyboard, to be honest.
Sorry, I fingered that text to you. I know it was unintelligible.
Leather finger condoms. I'm sorry. It's okay. We all do it. It's fine. It's really fun.
I love that band, Leather Finger Condoms. Such a good group. Out of Austria.
Been around for a while.
Yeah.
All right.
Where do we go from here?
I don't really think we go anywhere.
So speaking of buying shit, there was one thing I did want to bring up with you. I mentioned this in the group chat. So if I've learned anything from Tim Allen, it is that I have a home and I must improve it. And I am doing so at every opportunity, and I don't know if you know this about me. I know you and I share this. We want to buy the things that go with the things. So if you had said, apropos of nothing, I want to get into needle felting, you would have immediately gone and gotten all the kit for needle felting that you could possibly get.
It wasn't
if I decide that if it wasn't hallucinogenic induced. So basically, I didn't realize, but having a home is like a new hobby. And so I now want all of the things that go with the home. Now, the average person might be like, oh, I want furniture. I want to get a couch. I want to get art on the walls. Honestly, I do not care about any of that. What I care about is I would like to own every single specialized tool that exists for any purpose that I might come across. Let me give you an example. I own a lawnmower now. I'm very proud of that. I'm happy about being able to mow a lawn. I don't like doing it, but I like having the option to do it. And I read, as a new lawnmower owner, that you need to change the blades or at least sharpen the blades occasionally to get the best cut on your lawn. And Lord knows I'm interested in the best lawn cut that I can get. And so I needed to change the blades on the lawnmower, which is something I have no idea how to do.
You got to bring it to a guy.
So that was option one. Bring it to a guy, or bring a guy to me who knows how to change a lawnmower blade. I don't have a truck, so option one out the window. I decided instead of option two, I'm going to figure this out. I'm going to figure out how to change or at least sharpen the blades on my mower. Step one, get mower off ground. Turns out challenging because you gotta figure out how to get to the blades. And fortunately, my father-in-law has a mower lift. We live in Vermont. That is a thing people own. And so he had a mower lift that he could take apart and bring to my home. Of course he does, because he owns a house and he's done so for 40 years. And so he has these kinds of things. It's the stuff I want. Anyway, so I'm able to get the mower off the ground, and I then realize that I have a ratchet set to try and take the blades off, but they don't ratchet ass set. Ratchet ass mower. And I am not strong enough or capable enough to get the mower blades off the mower. And so turns out I need what's called an impact wrench. Oh. Are you familiar with an impact wrench?
It's two words that I've never really
put together, because one is twisty and one is hitty, right? It's a weird combination of terms. Not an impact driver, which is a different thing that I almost bought.
We should have Pilardi here talking about this, because she probably knows all of these terms.
She'd be all over this conversation. So first of all, I need the mower lift. I don't have that. I'm borrowing it. I don't feel great about it, but it is what it is. I need an impact driver. Okay, great. Could I borrow my neighbor's impact driver, because I know for a fact that he has one? Yes, I could. Do I do that? No, I do not. I buy one on the internet. So now I have the impact driver to get the blades off the mower. But what I don't have is any way to hold the blades while they are being sharpened. So now we have an impact driver. We have the mower lift. I now need a vise.
It's a lot of work.
And I'm not talking about drinking. I'm not talking about smoking. I'm talking about the thing that
needle
goes
felting
on your workbench that you hold things. I'm not talking about needle felting, which could be a vice if you really get into it. Sedatives, those kind of things. Anyway, I need a vise. So I go to Home Depot. I get a vise. I get bolts. I set the whole thing up. I then need a grinder. Luckily, I already have an angle grinder. And so, exactly. I could say, look me up on Grinder. Grinder, I have that. And so I now have everything I need in my possession, thank the Lord, to sharpen / replace the lawnmower blades on my mower. I have had these things for 3 weeks. And I have mowed the lawn twice. And I have not done anything about changing or sharpening the blades on the mower. And I don't know if I ever will. It wasn't the fact that I needed to do the thing. It was that I needed the stuff to do the thing. And now that I have the stuff, it's like I've done it. And that is one example of maybe 10 of the stuff that I now have for my home, that it's just sort of like, we had faucets for our bathroom sinks for a year before they went on the sink.
It's a process.
So that's the lag time I'm working with at the moment. That's the amount of time I need. So get at me next August after your planner expires. If you could put in the last day in your planner, check with Darek about the lawnmower blades.
Already done, my
That would be really helpful. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. And so I will remind you to submit a warranty claim. You remind me to actually.
We're going to be pretty busy.
I really appreciate that.
Christ, I have it written down.
Won't be recording a podcast at that point. I'll tell you what, we got too much going on. Tim's going to have to roll solo a couple of weeks so we can.
Michelle's the kind of person who will always say, like, hey, I have do you have that thing that can get the thing out of the thing? And she's like, oh, yeah, totally. Like, her garage is filled. It's her garage.
I've had that thing since 1987. I've used it twice.
She has every tool. And she's really, really particular about the tools. So I had an issue. My the upstairs shower wasn't draining as quickly as I would have liked to have seen it drain.
Sure. Which is instantly?
Yes.
Yeah, I'm with you. I'm with you 100%.
Zero water. And I was like, hey,
I want a trap door. I want Bombay doors on my shower, please. Yeah.
And I was like, it's a little bit slow. So I let it go for I don't know, I'd say 2-3 weeks. And I said to Michelle, I don't think the shower upstairs is there a bunch of my hair in there? Because I have longer hair. And she said, oh, no, I could help you with that. So she gave me this amazing tool.
Is it
I can't stop thinking about it. So all you do is you stick this metal and plastic thing down the drain. And then you just you start winding it up.
You crank it.
The most disgusting thing in the entire world came out of this drain, where both of us just started dry heaving.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, okay, I guess that was it. It was the size of I would say an overfed 10-week-old kitten.
Yeah. Yeah. God. So I've done this recently in our home. is pulled the what can only be described as a horrendous clump of disgusting hair out of the drain. Oh, have we not gotten to a place in drain design where we can somehow counteract this incredibly disgusting
But here's
phenomenon?
the issue.
It is revolting.
So we had the bathroom completely gutted, so I know that it's just my hair in there because I used the upstairs shower.
They were previously clean, those pipes, yeah.
In our previous home that we had tenants in, we cleaned that one out. I have pictures of it. And when and like I'd say every 2 or 3 years, I'll just send one of those pics to Michelle. She was like, I need to document this. And again, both of us are just dry heaving. It was enormous. And it's stranger hair.
It's revolting.
It's years and years and years of stranger hair. It's the most disgusting. I can't. But here's the weird thing.
Make that series Netflix. Stranger hair.
I can't stop thinking about it.
Yeah, if you've not ever done this, you don't need the giant tool that Michelle has, which is great, by the way. And I wish I had one of those too.
No, it's not huge. It's maybe I would say
it's like a little thing,
2 feet long tops. You drop it in the drain and you
disposable ones. I bought these like little orange plastic disposable things that have like little tines on them. Yeah, and you stick those down there and you pull it out. It's the same thing. It's revolting.
Horrible. I'll shave my head.
If your shower is draining slowly and you are not squeamish, I would recommend doing that to your shower. You will never be the same. You can't unsee it. It's
oddly satisfying at the same time.
But oddly satisfying, 100%.
It's like seeing a friend's really gross injury. You're like, no. I don't want to see it. Or like if you're watching sports and somebody injures themselves and they show it in slow-mo and you're like, the whole time I have to see it though.
You don't want to look at it, but you're like, you kind of look sideways at it. That's what you do. That's what you do with the shower, the stranger hair. Yeah.
Woo! All right. Wow. We've really...
Can we go clump a stranger hair for the show title on this one?
Maybe. I mean, I think Gross. Easy Birds is up there, but
just sitting there waiting for us.
Yeah, I think what I'm going to do, I'm going to maybe, I don't know what needle felting is all about. TBH.
Sure.
I will relatively soon once I can steal an oven mitt from the kitchen. Because I can use that in a pinch. Okay. I trust you, Red Barn woman, or whatever the hell.
Red Barn Originals.
Sorry. You're right.
Red Barn Originals. Get the sponsors' names right, Kelly. How many times do we have to talk about this?
Thank our sponsor, RBOG. Yeah, you know me. Yeah, I don't know. So I think I'm probably going to needle felt for like 10 minutes a day. And I think it might be a little bit entertaining.
I would love a time lapse if you could. Just after each needle felting session, could you just snap me?
Okay, or I could film it for 10 minutes and then like put music to it, and then just send you that.
Just start a TikTok account. It's just called Easy Birds, and you give again no context. You just needle felt with some classical music behind it. Millions of followers,
or depending on my mood,
just waiting.
Right?
Yeah,
choose the
music
sure.
Yes,
on my
absolutely.
Mood.
I would love to see like some Metallica played over the needle felting. I think would be yeah. Classic. Metallica.
Yeah, I like this. Or as Christopher Walken would say, put on some Foo Fighters. I've been saying that a lot this week.
Have you seen the interview with Dave Grohl talking about that? And he's like,
is the emphasis on the Foo or the Fighters? No, the emphasis is on the Fighters. Foo Fighters.
The Fighters. Walken had asked them when he was hosting Saturday Night Live, I'm going to introduce you. Is the emphasis on the Foo or the Fighters? And of course, they knew how he'd say it. So they were like, it's on the Fighters. Everybody, Foo Fighters.
Welcome once again. Foo Fighters. Yeah. I've been saying that to Michelle a lot, and I think she's immune to it now. So again, God, I have to apologize to my wife, I'd say 30 times a day. I'm so annoying. And she's been doing this thing, and I love her so much for this. She starts acting like me.
Oh, boy. Oh, I would love to see a Michelle Kelly impression. I really would.
No, not like me, but like me being annoying, which is, I guess, arguably the same thing.
Oh, not you being annoying.
Yeah.
That is true. That is a very different.
So like in the morning,
that one.
You know, I'm drinking my coffee, and then I will say something like, I'm trying to think of an example now. So what are you going to do today? Like, because she works at, one of 3 places that her brother owns. And I'll say like, what are you going to do today? And she'll look at me and be like, what are you going to do today? What you going to do with all that ass? You know what I mean? And I'm like, stop it. And she's like, that's what it's like living with you. I'm like, it's oddly entertaining, but also really jarring first thing in the morning. And she's like, I know.
Bing, 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 bing. That's exactly right. That is exactly how it is.
So I've been getting doses of my own medicine, or she'll do the thing that I do because I still think it's funny because I'm an idiot. When we're having a conversation, I'll just start repeating what she says. So she started doing that.
Uh-huh.
So,
and how is that for you, Kelly? How does that strike you?
It's fine. It's fine. I
have no problem with it. It doesn't bother me in the least.
I enjoy it. I mean, she puts up with so much more.
I would even say I welcome it and wish it happened more.
I'd say I challenge you to do it all the time. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. We love you, Michelle, and we appreciate you and all that you do and endure.
Seriously, I could have said it better myself.
But if you did, Michelle would be like, and then you do, and then you endure.
Yeah. Is that really what I sound like? It is, right?
No, that's the automatic impression that we do of everybody. What you gonna do with all that ass? All that ass.
Up in that cap.
Did you see that Juvenile was on NPR Tiny Desk?
I don't even know what that means.
Fuck. God. So NPR Tiny Desk is a no for me. Concert series.
I know.
So that was a no then?
I know. Yeah. Look,
do you know? So you know? Oh wait, I thought you didn't know the other thing. Oh,
I don't know who.
So you know what Tiny Desk is, but Juvenile is like, girl, you look good. Won't you back that ass up?
Okay, all right.
That guy was on Tiny Desk, and I gotta say, did a really great job. He was on with Manny Fresh, and they were fantastic. And I would highly recommend that everybody run to YouTube and watch the Juvenile Tiny Desk.
Like a huge departure from when Natalie Merchant was on Tiny Desk. Wait, didn't you send it to me? Didn't you send that to me? You sent me something recently.
The Juvenile Tiny Desk? It's possible.
You sent me something recently, and I was like, oh, that's actually really good.
Really enjoyed it.
I don't.
Oh, I love how surprised you sound by that. That's great. That bodes well for our messaging history.
I will say this.
Oh, you know what? I actually enjoyed that.
Something you said was actually funny.
I'm so not used to that being the case.
You know what I mean. You know.
I do. I know what you mean.
You know what?
Yeah, no, I don't. I don't remember.
Quit digging.
No, I don't think I sent you that, but I should have because it's fantastic. Yes, Tiny Desk Concerts by NPR, one of the greatest things that they've put together. Yeah, Juvenile with like a string section, and like he brought on like Trombone Shorty and John Batiste.
Oh wow!
And it was great. It was great. Check it out. I highly recommend. And if you don't know what Tiny Desk Concerts are, I can't. You
can't hold your hand
culture.
Through everything.
Like go on the internet from time to time, hit YouTube and hit NPR Tiny Desk Concerts, and just like bask in it.
Bask.
So good. So many good ones. Bask in the glow of the Tiny Desk. Yeah. Do
you want to thank some people? I really missed him. I mean, it's really lovely just doing like an old school show with you. But
2 things, Darek. I don't give a shit about what you send me on the internet, and the podcast sucks without your boy. Just so you know. Just so we're clear.
You know what? I worked all day.
No,
and then
I also missed him.
And I'm tired.
Listen, I went to the beach. I had a drink on the porch. I couldn't be fucking bothered because it was just going to be you and me. I needed to drink to be able to work up the courage to podcast with you by yourself again. I get it. That's fine. True. No, I miss Tim as well. Tim, we miss you. We hope that you were having a fabulous Thursday, whatever it is you were doing. We will be back together with Tim again. Baby, come back. Yes, we do miss you, Tim. But yeah, if you're at anywhere where Tim's band Sepsistic is playing anytime in the near future, please go see it. Tell Tim we miss him. Yeah. But yeah, Tim will be back with us. Like we said, we didn't immediately fire him. He's still on super secret probation. But he's still a full-time part of the show. We just wanted to get one in the can. So we'll miss you, Tim. Come back to us soon. Get one in the can.
Thank some people. Let's thank the Pilardi Foundation.
Let's do it. Oh, thank goodness for the Pilardi Foundation. Thank you, Michelle, for everything you do.
Thank you so much. Pilardi oh my God, I can't even talk anymore. Here we go.
Don't call it the Fartdation. She's not going to continue to donate if we don't get the name.
I think I'm really funny when I'm like, hey, Farty Pilardi. And she's like, do you realize I heard that like my entire life? And I was like, no, I guess you're right. I thought it was being clever. Farty Pilardi.
I'm not the first one to come up with that. You got to be kidding me. I
want to thank the Pilardi Foundation, whose generous donations and my God, an insurmountable amount of patience makes our marriage in this podcast
Science has not come up with a number to quantify the patience.
Doesn't exist.
Doesn't exist.
I want to give a big shout out to Tim and Tanya at Green Mountain Foster Bikes. Big grand opening.
Absolutely.
This weekend of their new
Congratulations
place.
To them. That's awesome.
So go and check out their new location at 62 Miggs Road in, I'm sorry, what town is it in, Darek?
I believe that's in Virginia's.
You are absolutely correct. Give them a call at 802-877-3000. It's the grand opening. I believe it's this weekend, the 12th, but I could be lying.
It's around now. Yeah, check them out. I bet they have a website. Make sure to get there on the right day. Don't go before they're open.
It's either soon or it just happened.
Either way, celebratory vibes.
So I want to thank Doggy Style's Pet Salon. Here's the thing. I was going to go to Vermont for a week, and then we did a staycation.
Yes, great call.
I know. I was.
Would you have taken?
I booked an appointment. And
taken Poppy to Doggy Styles?
Like, who am I, Madonna? Yeah. You know what I mean? I'll have to take my dog 3 hours to get a haircut. Yeah, I miss them. God, this really went downhill really quickly. The sun setting.
Only for you.
I don't know.
I'm having a great time. I'm having a great time.
Thanks. They're located at 925 Roosevelt Highway in Colchester. Call or text them at 802-654-7387. Want to give a big shout out, big Pride Month shout out to Ron's Automotive.
Hell yeah.
Been not wanting to get into all that since 1981. Located in Rossingdale, Massachusetts. Give him a call on the phone. He wears clip to his filthy t-shirt at 617-323-9725. Thank you to Mr. Tim Chang for intro and outro music. And
yes, he's not here to represent himself, so we thank him via mic. Can I just say that the Ron's Automotive sponsor shout out surprises me every time and gives me the same amount of joy that it did the first time you read it, and I was like, this is the best. So thank you, Kelly. I want to thank Kelly for being a great, for really working the phones to get us the sponsors. The thing. You know what I mean? Who again
24/7
contribute nothing to our show. We just want to shout them out.
Oh, you know what? And speaking of shout outs, I want to give a shout out to my friends Joy and Craig from Montpelier, Vermont. Okay, so listen to this. Totally forgot to tell you this. So went to the
show addendum.
Yes,
right
exactly.
This is great. I love it.
I went to the Pride Parade, and Joy, who I've known for, I guess, like 20 years. We don't see each other very often, but we're friends on Facebook. So, I mean, that's basically like first cousins, right? In Vermont.
That's like living in the same house. Yeah, for sure.
So she sent me a text, and she said, and she's an artist. She paints, and she's really, really talented, and she's self-taught, and just really, really great stuff.
Oh, wow.
So she sent me a text on Facebook Messenger, I guess. I don't know what they're calling it today. Maybe now it's, Thread Speaks. I don't know. So she sent me a message.
She hit you up on the metaverse?
Yes, she did. Whatever. Yes, she did. Yeah. And she said, oh, we're going to be in your area today of New Hampshire. I'd love to give you a painting as a housewarming gift.
Oh, hell
she
yeah.
gave us 3 paintings. They sat, we hung out for a while, gave them a tour of the house. Like, they're just lovely. Yeah. And so she and Craig are longtime listeners. I'd love to just give them a shout out. I'm going to check with her to see if maybe she wants us to maybe give a little plug for her artwork. She's really, really talented.
Yeah, we'll do it. We'll throw it in the sponsor section, Kelly. Let's make it happen. I mean, that's awesome. Such a nice.
Just rolled up.
When a drop-in goes well,
up. It was amazing.
There's nothing better than a positive drop-in. You don't see it very often. It's great.
I was really happy. They're lovely people.
Well, thanks for listening, guys, and thank you on Kelly's behalf for the artwork.
Super sweet. Anything else? I think we're good. This is always when I'm like, I think we've done all we can do. Yeah, I think we've gone beyond that. Darek, thank you so much. I know that making this happen is not easy because we're both non-committal and tired most of the time. Constantly exhausted and have no free time whatsoever. Yeah. But we make it happen, Kelly, because we love each other and we love everybody who listens. So thank you very much. We appreciate you. All right, y'all. See you guys in, let's say, Kelly, 3 to 5 weeks. That sounds good. Let's not put too fine a point on it. Take care, everybody. Talk to you all soon. Stay fresh, cheese bags.